Indonesia is one of the country they have democracy way where they giving the power for these people can citizen. They can run in the country even though they are not president or minister, but they still can run the country even though they are not the one of the people who call as government. Right now Indonesia, if we calling as government Indonesia, giving the power one way of them that they are going to voting or select the people who are going to become a president or minister. And this is one way of them giving the power for these people. One way is the voting. What is voting? Voting is the way of this power of these people citizen that going to deliver the power of the democracy where they're going to deliver their voice, they're going to deliver the voting for these people who want to become a president. They are the people who want to become president, or they is getting selected by these people who called citizen. Citizen is going to become the one that choosing or become the one that selecting the president and not the president themselves. So now we're talking about democracy. Democracy is the way of the government giving the power for the people we call it as citizen, so they can hold the power, they can run in the country even though they are not the not a country as the president or as the minister, but they still hold this power of democracy. We are they giving a freedom for them for choosing who are they going to president become or who are the leader of this country they are. And this is what we're calling as the democracy. We are the power of this country is whole by the calling as a citizen. And now one way right now there's some people saying that giving the voting for these people is not really good way. Automatically the contra will giving them of the argument of them side that saying that the voting is not a good way for these people we call as citizen to participation to developing or to running the country in a good way. There's still what is the country going to tell us. And now okay, maybe yes because of why, maybe yes, but maybe not because of why. Okay, in our country right now, is it true that so many people, especially younger people, they using a campaign, aggressive campaign, or do like maybe or maybe a demo or something like that to making the party who are they going to choosing to getting chosen. And this is what happened right now. There's so many people that do a demo or do we call a campaign aggressive to choosing for the people who are they want to become a president. And that's what really messed up that become a status quo in our country right now. Now that's why making a lot of people thinking that their voting is not really good way because of why, because people are so even though they are participation it will give bad effect for these are people neither. And that's what happened right now. But that's why after developing my argument to make it, I want to make it people, especially younger people or maybe older people or other all the people of Indonesia to changing the mindset of this. I want to make it people changing of mindset that saying that voting is not a good way for delivery of this power of democracy of Indonesia citizen. I want to make it then changing from them to that this is a good way for the citizen to deliver the power of property way for giving themselves a power of democracy of themselves. Now I have first argument. I'll have one argument that support my argument is about social side. So first statement is that this is a good way to building the trust of these people and with the country. Ladies and gentlemen, trust building is not really an easy way for giving or trust for this country. That's why if the people will calling as citizen know they have this power but do not have anything they can have the power. What I have to do is that only working. That's all I have to do. And this is what happen if you are not giving the voting way for these people. If you're giving the voting way for these people to select it or choosing the one I want to become president, automatically you will giving no realize that oh yeah I have this power. Automatically if they know are they have the responsibility, they know that can running the country no, automatically you will giving them big of responsibility for themselves. Growing a big responsibility, giving a big relation of themselves automatically after that not only going to voting but it will also developing the responsibility for the country. Like what? Maybe for example they are teacher. Automatically after they are know that I'm holding this power of this country, automatically they're going to do the better of way of education for themselves. Automatically they're going to teaching the children to the best way so they can run in the country become more good way. And this is what happen if you giving them trust building. And that's why trust building is really good. So the people who are already have this trust for the country, automatically it will giving themselves pushing themselves growing their responsibility for these people. That's why trust building is really important for this country and also trust the country for the citizen and country is really good effect if they are have trust building relationship. And now moving to the second assessment that this is really fair of voting. Ladies and gentlemen, given the voting way, there's so many people who have this leadership of power, become a selected knowledge, skill, ability that can develop in the country. There's so many people they have their leadership, but their house effect. There's so not all people can become president. That's why we have the party. After party, there are party going to select the best version of these people of this party. They're going to become a president, to upcoming a president, and that's why we're calling us fair. But what about if they are not have no voting? There are no people that getting choosing by this president or minister. What happened? Let's talk about we talking about Soekarno. Soekarno is the people who are want to become president are longer of themselves, of them himself. They want to become president of all of his life. Automatically, it's not fair because of why? Because there are so many people that become more good way from Soekarno or something like that. I'm not saying that Soekarno is the bad president, but I'm saying that it's really unfair if he's the only one become the president of our country. That's what I'm saying, that unfair. And next, talk about Soeharto. Soeharto is the people who are getting selected by these people called citizen, but he was not really good way for this country, right? There's so many problems that happen a lot in our country after he become a president, right? That's what the sad fact of this country. But what is similar of these people? Similar of these people is that they are, both of them is taken off by these people called citizen. Because of why? Because citizen know they are the people who are going to blaming themselves. They are the people who are choosing the president. Automatically, after bad happen or something problem happen in our country, it's not going to blaming for the government. What the people who are going to blaming is that themselves. They realize that people who are choosing the president is themselves. Automatically, they are the one that are going to take care of this problem after there happen a lot of problem in our country. Like what? Maybe they are become a demo, they do a campaign aggressive for take off this we call as the bad president they are already getting chosen. And this is why something really good way. So after that happen, they're not going to giving a good effect for themselves. There's no blaming, there's more fair, but also it will giving a good responsibility. That's why giving and voting for these people called citizen is really good effect for themselves. Now it's really good effect more than a bad effect. Now, we're talking about my third statement that is not a good way for these people. So, let's mean we're talking about fully party people. There's so many people in our country that are laziness for research like that. If that happen, automatically after they coming up voting, there's so many people that are going to become more research. They're going to research for the party they're going to choose. Automatically, they're going to become more learning, more education, more social. There's some people or they becoming as party going to do because social campaign or something like that. Automatically, these people going to grow up their social side. They're also going to social skill, also we're going to go upgrading their education by what? By maybe they become a researcher, or maybe they're going to become reading so many things about these people. So automatically it's only going to making the people we calling as citizen going to participation to developing the country by what? Developing the country become more good way. And this was really good. Why not? Because why? There's some people not going to follow enough. Because of why? Because they are not going to follow easily. Let's talk about if there are these people going to become president, is the president, they are going to become next person is the son president. They are not going to follow that because of why? Because there's no way that this is the son president can become a good leader like the father. Automatically, if that happen, it's again bad effect for our country. That's why if they are giving the voting for these people, they can choosing for the people who are they going to choose them become a president or minister. Or so automatically it will give a trust building or something like that. Automatically it's really good way for these people so they can choosing who are they going to become a president because of why? Because they get already research or something like that. Not like that. Not like if you are president, so the next person is your son. It's not like that because of why? There's no research or there's no proof. But if you're getting chosen by these people who is voting, they have research and they have proof. And this was something really good. And my conclusion of my three statement of the argument of social side, I want to make the people that this is a good way for making the people, especially citizens of Indonesia, to deliver the power of democracy. And that's all for me. Thank you.